Are there any points of information in the House? Oh, excuse me. Chair stands corrected. Are there any delegations wishing to take the floor? Morocco, you have been recognized.
The delegate has submitted an amendment.
That is in order. The chair will let the delegate read out the amendment.
Encourages and supports channels like the British Broadcasting Corporation BBC, the Learning Channel TLC, Discovery Health Channel and News Channel 4, featuring shows and documentaries that equalize the disabled, adding a more positive implication, revealing the true reality and life of disabled persons as opposed to the media's general underestimation.
Thank you. That will be typed up very shortly. The chair sets debate time for this amendment to 4 minutes for and 4 minutes against. Close debate.
Although you may not realize the importance of encouraging or supporting certain channels or the media in general, but the reason why the delegate of Morocco believes this is essential is because of the strong impact the media has had on destroying the lives of the disabled by adding stereotypes such as disgraceful, feeble, crippled, unattractive, etc. And I think it's very important to acknowledge the fact that not all the media has done so, like TLC, BBC, who have featured other shows that actually help the lives of the disabled.
Thank you, Delegate. Are you open to any points of information?
Any and all.
Are there any such in the House? Israel, the Czech Republic, and Romania.
Does the delegate not agree that by limiting this clause to simply forms of television coverage, you're really limiting the amount of coverage that this topic gets, and that it would be therefore more effective if you promoted this through various forms of media, such as the legislative pamphlets, radio, and so on and so forth?
The delegate does agree that including a wider range of types of media would be great, but the reason the delegate specified certain channels, television channels, is because they're the only ones the delegate has come across. Thank you.
Thank you.
Here. Does the delegate of Morocco agree that by showing such documentaries, people will get familiarized with disabled persons, and therefore they won't show any discrimination to them when they look at them in the street or in schools?
May the delegate please rephrase the question?
Doesn't the delegate of Morocco agree with the fact that when people will see disabled persons in documentaries on such channels, they will be familiarized with them and won't show discrimination when watching them on the street?
If the delegate understands correctly, I'd like to clarify what these documentaries actually present. They are like reality shows, basically, and they feature people with disabilities, and they show that they live natural lives as opposed to the misperceptions people generally have, like I mentioned earlier. The delegate does not agree that this will add to the discrimination, as I said before, they present their lives normally. For example, I came across a documentary that featured Siamese twins, and I was surprised to see how active they were in their daily lives, and this actually changed the misperception I had about them. But thank you.
Does the delegate really believe that it's appropriate to specifically address certain news channels, not to mention that not all countries have the same ones, so?
The delegate does believe that that is appropriate. Thank you.
Thank you. Would you please yield the floor back to the chair?
The delegate yields the floor back to the chair.
Thank you. Do you mean motion to move to the previous question? Are there any objections? Motion moved to the previous question. Are there any objections? Seeing as there are none, we are now in time against this amendment. There's been a motion to move to the previous question, meaning we will go into voting procedures. Are there any objections? Objections?